Good morning. So, I'll give it a few minutes for people to hop on, but not a lot of action this morning, to be honest. Um, for me, there's not hasn't been a very exciting morning. I did wake up a little later today, but the main play I'm focused on right now is AMST. You can see why. It's looking it's looking nice at the moment. Uh, Basically had a high of $5 and it's been fading ever since. Um, the 200 is a typical profit zone for me, but it's not far from where I entered. So my average on this play is $4. So I might hold this one, especially since it's Friday, to see if it drops a little more. Um, they did have good, quote unquote, good revenue growth. Their Nurse Magic drives 2.4x revenue growth. I can't find what that 2.4 is because, again, is that they were making $200, now they're making, $500? Is that it? Or is it like substantial numbers? So I'm gonna do a little bit of digging on that. Um, and AMST, if you go to dilution tracker, they're they're not in that bad of a financial situation. They have 13.4 months of cash left. They don't burn a lot of cash. Um, and but they do only have about 4% institutional ownership. So I am interested in this play, but um, the fact that they still have a decent amount of cash and won't dilute more than likely, I'm going to not add too heavy to it. Uh, the other one that I'm avoiding right now, crypto related news, is TOPW. Hey, is it working? Okay, cool. Is the mic working? Let me know if the mic's not working. Or let me know if you can hear me. But the next one is TOPW. I did play this one. I'm probably a little red on it. Um, I caught the pop and wrote it down, and then no, the second pop. Yeah, the second pop. I caught it and wrote it down. But whenever I tried to enter, it was at the test of the highs. I did stop out a little above 14 and then wrote some down, probably about break even or a couple hundred in the red. Nothing too crazy here. But I'm probably going to avoid this one with the crypto news. And this one just makes just mean moves. Like these green candles are kind of like bullies. Like they're not little green candles. So I'm gonna hold off on this one for now. See what it potentially testing 15 at market open. I might be interested, but again, it is crypto, and I've been trying to avoid these, so I might not even spend too much time with this one today. And then I don't know if any of y'all called this one. I did catch this one, but I should have made way more than I did. This move right here. TradeZero had a little delay with the locate, so I didn't really get in as heavy and as quick as I wanted. It went from like under $1 or under $2 all the way up to 8.50 on mediocre news. And as you can see, this is where it settled, probably more where it should have been, but good play this morning. But I haven't been playing the morning pops, the 7 to 9:30 as much, and when I do, I don't go heavy at all because these have kind of been the ones that's been back and forth. So that did play out this morning. Unfortunately, I missed that one, but most of my attention is on AMST. And in a few minutes, I'll go over some of the plays from yesterday. We had quite a few good opportunities yesterday. I'll pull up my Kinfo profile and we can do that in just a second. I'll kick it off at 9:10 or something. But as of right now, I'm waiting to see if anything else presents itself because I'm not seeing a lot in the market right now that I am super interested in. Morning. Let me know if y'all see anything interesting. But as of right now, these are kind of the only two plays that I'm seeing. Compared to yesterday at this point, I was in a bunch of plays. And there's probably going to be a good opportunity with this one. But again, these crypto affiliated plays, they have burned me this year. So I gotta wait for some weakness before I jump into these. But anyways, I'll go ahead and pull up my Kinfo profile. So go over some plays from yesterday. Finally fell back into the top 30 rank. Sad thing is at the end of February I was in the top 10. But like I was saying, some of these pops have burned me. So I am just content with being in the top 29 because I think by the end of the year it'll be much better. I kind of tweaked over the last couple months some of these pop plays I've been playing and focusing on other things. So WKSP. No, that's let's go over this one first. YIBO. Here it is. So this one, this is the one I was telling y'all about on the live stream yesterday. That was kind of like a pump and dump I predicted because the Zach Morris from Twitter, I've just noticed he'll pump stuff and then there's usually a massive red candle to follow. So yesterday morning, I saw that the day before the high was like 269. So at market open, I got in at 265. And as you can see, I don't know if Zach Morris sold or what, but it got all the way down to 150. And I think I timed the bottom on that, which is pretty impressive for me because I usually don't time. So I basically timed the top 265 and then timed the bottom 150. So pretty good play there. But this one, I'm gonna keep an eye on it. It's something to look at going forward. I'm gonna follow his Twitter and see what he's pumping because it usually dies off. And this was an example of one that just eventually died. Once it broke through the pivot, it just, I mean, this was in a matter of like a minute or two. It was crazy the move. Another good one from yesterday was, let's see. I'm probably not looking at this. How do I see the other ones? Trades. Another good one was CLIK, I believe. It's crazy I'll forget these tickers in like one day. Yeah, oh yeah, click was a very good play. Um, I did pretty well on this one, I think. Made, well, not that great, but I think I sold a little early with this one, but this $1 it's kind of like a psychological level. It's hard to get through at times, but this was a pretty good runner yesterday, and it basically faded all day long. So gave us a good entry at market open. Again, I know a lot of people would define this as setting a new high or breaking the high, but it's a wick like this and it can't hold over. I don't close out of my position. I enter on these. Um, and as you can see, it faded the rest of the day and gave us a beautiful opportunity. I think I sold out a little early because it hit the 200 moving average pretty quick, but I held on to some runners throughout the day. So pretty cool opportunity there. And that was kind of the top two plays I think I played yesterday. Oh, well, IXHL was actually another good one. Again, I sold out to her, or I covered. I'm saying sold. I meant to say covered too early. But this one, I wish I could say I wrote it down, but I did not write this one down. So this one finally just died. So it pumped for like 2 days. It was trading at less than 10 cents, got all the way up to 120, and then the dam finally broke yesterday about midday around 140 and gave it all back, like from $1.06 all the way down. It hit 25 cents. So beautiful move. I know a few people in our group called it that move. I was too busy trying to day trade it at levels, so I wasn't in the position when that happened. But because right here, honestly, it was looking a little bullish. So in hindsight, obviously that looks nice, but it kind of bounced up here, then kept going, then it made a new high intraday, and then I was like, I'm gonna sit it out till I see where the top is on it. And man, I missed out on this move, but I know some people in the group made some money on that one, so happy about that. And then NXTT played that one. I don't know if that's worth going over. QNR, oh, that was from the day before. So yeah, no, pretty good plays yesterday. But AFMD, I can't trade anything under 50 cents. So this one's not too interesting to me just because I can't even get in it unless it gets up to 50 cents. But yeah, there's an opportunity here for sure. So the only play I'm in right now is AMST and YIBO. I don't I don't ever recommend stocks, but I definitely don't recommend getting into this one. And then on that note, this is not financial advice. Educational purposes, shorting's very risky. But I got back into this one after it hit 150. I think my entry is 2. The volume is dying, so shortly at market open, I'm gonna get out of this position, but little in the money, I'm gonna take it. But the point is, the only play I'm really in that I'm focused on is AMST. But yeah, share in the chat if y'all see anything interesting. But right now, I'm not seeing a lot of movers. Good morning. Yeah, yesterday was a lot of good opportunities. End of the day, I don't know. I'm not super familiar. Where's it? Around 4K yesterday, so I don't know how to get to it. I'm used to doing it on mobile, but um, yeah, so decent day. Yeah, but I see the questions. What do you mean by earnings? Like, quick question, do you consider the news being earnings? Just wondering because that's what calls me caution with AMST. So let's dig into the news. Because all it said was like an app or something had 2.4 times. Let me just look at it real quick. So they announced successful launch of new higher price tier of service. Okay, cool. Um, announces quarterly revenue increase of 2.4x. But what is that number? Like, is it a number I should be concerned about? Like, how much do they make on it? That's the only thing I care about. And the fact that they are not blatantly listing it all over the place tells me it's probably not that great. 2.4x revenue increase compared to Q2 2025. Um, yeah, I don't. Oh, here it is. No, this isn't it either. And I don't feel like digging through their actual um, 10Q to see it, but the fact that they're not even listing it is probably very underwhelming. So I do take into account, the earnings, but again, this is what is their previous earning? I mean, 2.4% increase or 2.4x increase on a number they're not even proud to put. The company's still not profitable. Revenue was stable, flat from Q1 to Q2. Yeah, I do take into account the revenue or the earnings, but again, like, is it really that good of earnings? Were they only making $1,000? Now they're making $2,600, 2,600. So I might get ChatGPT to look at this for me to see what it actually was. BMGL's pumping. Ooh, I'm not sure why I didn't get an alert for that. Anybody know why it's pumping, or should I look at the news? BMGL. Oh, no, this is a Bitcoin move. I am popping out. Yeah, I don't play the crypto pumps these days. Been burnt too many times. But it's going down. Nice play. If you got in. I just have a hard time knowing which ones are going to run and which one are not going to run. Made a little on it. Made 50 bucks on it when I hopped out, but why because it's hard for me to understand why like TOPW runs on crypto news, but then like this one tanks. And I don't like the unknown. So which it is falling below I feel like my VWAP color changed. But it's falling below VWAP, and it looks like it's about to fall under the 20 as well. But I'm not going to. I want to see this one. I'll enter this one with a very tight stop at pre-market if it breaks through this high. But thanks for the heads up on the BMGL pump. Made a little bit on it, but I'm gonna stay away due to crypto. But it's already gave almost all of it back. This one's crypto, and like I was saying, I'm not completely eliminating it, but I'm not playing it at this level. I want it to get a little higher. And this one could just go down because crypto. It seems like the crypto news isn't holding. Jeez, it's already down here. Seems like the good call. I just didn't play it. Um, but it seems the crypto news is not holding its weight like it used to, but or like it has been last week and earlier this week. Nice, Katie. You made 300 on the BMG. LY might fade. Still extended from yesterday. Would want a pop though first. Okay. So it would have to pop. So if it pops to if it gets up here in 1460. But yeah, there's definitely opportunity. But I would have to see it pop first. Yeah, there's still a lot to give back. This was a crypto play too, I believe. But yeah, if this pops at market open, I'm interested because it still has a lot it could give back for sure. And it could just open and fade away, and that's fine too. But I want to see a little pop first. Just like you said, Alex. So we'll both look for that pop, and if we see it, maybe we can do something with it. But anyways, market's opening soon. As of right now, the main ones I'm looking at TW, TOPW, AMST, and like you said, potentially KDLY if we get a pop to test the highs of yesterday. Just, yeah, I'd be interested. So it's kind of my watch list for this morning. And TOWP or TOPW could just tank at market open. It's looking like it wants to do that, to be honest. But I want to see a pop first. Having a good week. I'm not going to force anything on a Friday. Started the week off rough, but recovered nicely. So market opens in 1 minute. 1 minute. So good morning, Raven. Okay, market's open.
Caps.
Caps is making a little green candle here, but there's so much range on this one. I'm really not interested. TOPW looking like it wants to fade. And it's fading hard. Jeez. Missed opportunity. Well, if any of y'all were in TOPW, you banked. AMST is hitting the 200 now. This is where I normally take profit, but I'm not in very heavy with this position, and I only got in at 4. I'd like to see more. I'd like to see it give away more because again, this is the one we're looking at. Like I don't know yet that the news didn't look that exciting to me. Yeah, the only position I'm in is AMST with a $4 entry, and it's about to test it again, and it did. I played it once it fell below VWAP, but I want a bigger position. I would love to see it get, if it gets up here to the 490 range, I will enter heavy. TOPW, halt it down. Crazy. And the fact that this is the only thing really moving that I can see, we might get that opportunity, but the market's looking pretty weak right now. There you go. Halt down. Let's halt down. Let's halt down. know where the halt bands are on this one, but nothing's holding its gains this morning. Caps giving it all back. TOW gave it back. AMST trying to give it all back. I did take some profit on this move, but I'll re-enter if it gets to this like 409 range. I knew I should have been a little heavier in this one, but their cash position is kind of what kept me away. They had a pretty stable cash runway. Boom, bigger move down. Sold some on this move, so now I'm keeping my runners just to see where they end up. I hope something else presents itself. It's a pretty lame open. I mean, I'm glad they dove, but not a lot of action right now. Trying to find what AMST, what the actual number was. I can't find it. I might just have to look in the actual 10Q. I can guarantee it's going to be underwhelming though if they did not say what it was. So TOPW should open up soon. Yeah, I can't find that number anywhere, but that's crazy. So we'll see what TOPW does when it opens. And I'm just riding out AMST to be honest. I'm gonna let my runners fall down to this range. Before I close, probably the 250 range. I'll probably close out the runners, but I was hoping for a pop this morning because I wanted to get a little heavier in some of these positions. The green's green. but I'm a little disappointed. SPCE. Yeah, if this one gets to like the 430 range, I'll be interested. I'm very interested at 450, but here there's not enough meat on the bones. But thanks for putting it on my radar. I'll keep an eye on this one. KDLY looks like it wants to keep going down. It's been a long, or it feels long, a long halt for TOPW. So it halted at 9:31, so it'll unhalt in the next minute, more than likely. Anybody in these plays? AMST or TOPW? Wish I would have held on to this one. I had a pretty good entry around 13, but that's all right. Trying to protect my capital this morning. Probably a little too much. If this pops back up to test the 200 or VWAP, I'll add to my position, but um, I'm not just going to short a falling knife because it could pop back up. And looking at the top gainers, I'm not seeing a lot, which is even more surprising that AMST is not running because there's usually something that runs. I feel like this crypto treasury news might be fading a little bit. Wow, it opened very low. Well, missed out on that one, but that was a good opportunity. Up from 15, now it's at 8, basically half. Good morning, Remy. We're not doing much over here. There's not a lot going on. This AMST should probably be the play of the day. I was in small. Thought there'd be a better entry opportunity with a pop, but it did not happen. TOPW, did it halt down again? Wild. Jeez, and this one got me this morning too. Should have held on to it. Yeah, you're right, Alex. That's what I'm noticing too. They're not carrying the weight like they were, which is not that uncommon. You'll see something, a big theme, and then these small cap companies catch on to it. Because again, I think a few of these tickers today were crypto affiliated, so then they'll intentionally put crypto in their PR, and then everyone's doing it. Then it doesn't hold the weight as much anymore. So that's a good sign that it's kind of fading. Nice, Remy. You still in AMST? I I'm only have a few runners. I sold on that first move down and the second move down. And I said that's only I'm in this play right here too. YIBO, but that's just from the pump yesterday, caught the dump. And then when it got back up to $2, I entered again. And I'm just gonna write it down to $1.50-ish and then close. But beautiful, beautiful dump yesterday. I mean, it went from my entry was 265, went from 265 to $1.50 in like very quick move, very quick move. I'm gonna see if he's pumping anything today. Zach Morris. Seems like a few. Let's see. Dang, Steven in the group, he caught CAPS and TOPW, pulled in 1.6K. Nice. Okay, I might start getting ready to close out a YIBO now. You may add at what level? 360? Sorry guys, a little slow today, but that's all right. I'm glad some of y'all made money. AMST making a new intraday low. It'll probably keep fading all day. Yeah, I'll re-enter if it gets up to like 380, maybe 4, but I'm not entering before then. This might be a short live stream today if it stays this way, because there's not really much what's going on right now. Yeah, no, thanks, Raven. It was a decent play. Might figure out how to I might start live streaming a little bit earlier so y'all can see when I get into these, but I was live streaming at 6 and that was too early, so maybe I can start at like 8 or something instead of 9. Trying to figure out the right time to do this. Because it seems like the last couple days I've already been in these positions before the live stream started because there hasn't been. And the reason I chose this time is because this is a good time where they usually test the pre-market highs, but the last couple of days we haven't seen much of that. They've just been tanking it open, like TOPW, AMST. They didn't even put up a fight. I guess before we bounce, there was one play I guess I'll go over. That was actually kind of interesting yesterday. Which one was it? GRYP. I'm actually pretty proud of this alert. I'm trying to see where it's at today. Because I don't really teach about this, but I noticed it is something that occurs quite often. So let me go to the yearly. So as you can see on the yearly, the reason why I sent out this alert that I was entering it was because of this gap fill. So yesterday, sometimes when you see this like this big gap where there's nothing was traded, a lot of times you'll see these small caps try to recover and cover that gap. I sent out an alert and got a 130 something entry, and then it came all the way back down to 80 cents. So I'm gonna start trying to pay attention a little bit more to these, because it was a decent sized move, but I used to play these quite a bit, and I haven't been playing them as much. So more to come on that. I want to perfect the science a little bit more before I start teaching about it, but pretty cool play yesterday. And I already went over the other plays earlier. So the other plays we played yesterday, but it was a good day yesterday. A lot of opportunity. Today, not as, I mean, honestly, there's two great opportunities. I just weren't ready for them. TOPW, AMST, is all you can ask for. Just fade off. I was just not in the positions like I should have been. So thought we'd get a high, a pre-market high test. So I'm only up, let's see, I'm like up $700 on the day, which green is green, but should have been in a little bit heavier. If y'all have any questions, let me know. If not, I might I'll probably end it at 10 because again, not much happening. 15 to 760. That's crazy. Or 1450 to 760 that quick. Remy, why did you pick 360? Just because of this, the bottom of this candle? What is your entry criteria for opening bells short? I want to just see it up 100%, and I wanted to test the pre-market high. It's kind of I keep the kind of the same criteria for most of my plays, like under 100 million market cap, Poor cash position is a bonus. Low institutional ownership is a bonus. A history of not holding its gains are a bonus. And if it has all of those, um, I'll enter. So usually I try to get in around, so like for example, this had a high of 504. I would try to get in about 489, 495. Some people wait to that exact entry or even above it, which is weird to me. But a lot of times they'll get to it and then fail, and so they won't get all the way up to 504. For example, it might get up to 499 and then fail, and then you don't catch an entry. But yeah, my criteria for entry, as long as it pops and it gets to, because it's trying to decide if it's bullish or not. Is it going to break new highs or not? I'm betting that it's not going to break new highs. Most time it does not break new highs. And the good thing about it is, even if I'm wrong, I can stop out pretty quick and only take a little loss. But if I'm right, the reward, for example, this one could be $5 to potentially 250. So the reward could be $2.50. The risk is I let them play. So let's just say 20 cents, 30 cents. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how I look at these. And a lot of times when they do test these highs, they'll fail immediately. Jeez, TOPW still, it's breaking lows. Carlos, did you get in TOPW? Raven, I see your question now. What's your opinion on RGC? Is this what you're talking about? Let's see. Yeah, I'm not interested. This is a $6 billion company, market cap. I only trade 100 million or less. And this thing looks bullish regardless. I'd be scared to short this. It has made some crazy moves to your point though. It was trading. Man, this is a weird play. Yeah, it was trading very low. And now it's up to 425. But yeah, it's a 5.5 billion market cap now. I only trade under 100 million. Because these hold their gains a lot better. Once they get over 100 million, 200 million market cap, they hold their gains and they kind of like grind up. So, oh, 360's VWAP. My VWAP is 380. Um, yeah, Carlos, we were talking about that earlier. I'm starting to notice that the crypto isn't holding its weight. So that it's so funny. I get burned by them, and then when I stop playing the crypto pops, they do this, like just get murdered. So it's something to pay attention to next week for sure. But I think you're right. I think you're right. But yeah, Raven, back to your thing about RGC. Yeah, I look for big movers on the day because like this one's even only up 5% on the day. So I ideally I want it to be the first red day. So AMST is a good example because like if you look at the yearly, um, well, this one actually isn't that good of an example, but let's find another one. TODW. Oh, so this one hasn't been trading long. This one isn't really a good example either. Let's see if this one is. What has happened with this play? It has been diving. But anyways, this is, I guess, kind of an example. But the point is, I like to see downtrends and then a pop up. I don't like to see, I mean, this one's extreme. Let me find, what was some from yesterday that popped? All these examples are trash. Um, let's see, CLIK. Man, all these examples, these stocks are trading wild these days. Let's see, ATXG. Okay, this looks like this might be a good example. Let's see. And this is the only part I don't like about TradingView. I haven't figured out how to. So, anyways, this is a good example of kind of like what I look for. A stock that's trending down then has one day where it pops, like an insane amount. I don't like seeing the like. Let's pretend this one wasn't 5 billion market cap, but I don't like seeing the daily grind ups like this. That's clearly on a longer term scale bullish. So I don't short like that. I want to see just one day where it pops, and it's very bullish for that day. And then what'll happen, just like this one from yesterday that we played, ATXG, by the end of the day, it usually gives it all back, or at least by the end of the week. But most of the time, it's by the end of the day. Like, just think, people were buying this at $1.80, thinking this thing was quote unquote going to the moon. And then by the end of the day, it's back to where it started. If you don't believe me, go to look up ATXG and go look at the stock tweets or Webull chat from yesterday. It's amazing how every stock's going to the moon in these chats. They can't follow a trend. Some people can't follow a trend though. So I'm probably going to call it a day here soon. There's really just not much to talk about right now, unless y'all have more questions. But beautiful play right now. If this pops back up to $4, I'm going to re-enter. And if it gets to $5, I'll enter heavy. But light entry 4, heavy entry 5. I don't see a lot moving this morning. AFMD, you brought that, somebody brought that one up in this chat earlier. It's starting to get to a point where it might get to 50 cents. If it gets to 50 cents, I might, oh, it went over 50 cents. Dang. That's kind of my trigger. Because it usually fails 50 cents. It usually fails a dollar, but that's good. So now when it tries to, I will enter this play because it was trading for less than 10 cents. And if it gets up to 50 cents, I might do a small entry, bigger entry at 55. Not huge because I don't enter big on these less than a dollar plays, but interested in this one now. TSSI moving, but big market cap. Okay, let me look that one up. Saw that one earlier. Yeah, this is why I don't like them though. This move right here. This is what you call a grind. These bigger market caps, just green candle, green candle, green candle, green candle, green candle, green candle. Like these can grind up. So I'm not saying it won't give it back. There's still a good chance it could end low, low, but they just have a tendency to grind up. I don't like that. But again, not saying there's not a play, but yeah, this larger market cap, I'm gonna stay away from. But good eyes though. Y'all are seeing a lot of the ones that are moving. I missed a bunch of these. Oh, but it is testing a high, Alex. I might enter it here. So see, now that it's testing a high, I will potentially enter on these type of moves. So if it gets back 1490, let's have some fun on live. I wanna enter this one and then just make it prove that it can break um that 15 level. So I entered at 1489. I'm gonna enter again at 1498. And I'll probably enter at 1509. And then if it breaks, holds, I'm out. Small loss. If I get it right, it could unwind all the way back to where it started. Was that yesterday? Yeah. After hours. Yeah, so Alex, anytime something's testing a high, even if it's a Google, a massive cap stock, there's a tendency for it to stall and fail. But again, I these market cap, the bigger the market cap, the more likely they are to grind because the pre-market high test, so usually it happens from 9:30 to 10:30. It'll test it and then you'll just see a massive red candle. I like for my plays to be like that, like to fail quickly, where this one might just kind of stay this level a little bit and then go down, then back up. So even if this fails, it might not just be a quick move. But yeah, anytime something's testing a high, it could potentially stall. And then once you add all my other, things I like, poor cash position, low institutional ownership, history of not holding gains, things like that, that's what makes it more likely to fail. You know what I mean? So that's why I approach it that way. I look for as many reasons for it not to be able to hold gains, basically. TOPW halted again, down. What in the world? It is at 538. I was in at 13 and got scared out of it. That is wild. But yeah, so long story short, Alex, um, I'm going to be doing some DD in the back. Well, actually, I'll do it with y'all right now to see how much I like this stock or how much I believe it's going to fail. So yeah, solid market cap, 374, decent institutional ownership, 9.5, and the company's cash flow positive. So yeah, this isn't a bad company. So the point is, it's less likely to fail, and I think it just broke a high. So let's see if the 5-minute candle closes above it, then I'm out. What do you mean it's red on dilution tracker? Like the little icons? Because what I'm seeing is, it's 10% institutional ownership and they have positive cash flow. Send a screenshot or you can't do it in here. Never mind. On YouTube. Anyways, I gotta keep an eye on TSSI, see where it closes. Because if it closes over this, I'm just gonna get out, take a small loss. Oh, SPCE. Yeah. About to say, I was like, it looks like. Is SPCE, is it moving again? Yeah, that wasn't probably a bad entry. Did it technically close above it? I'm considering this a fail. I didn't see it close above it. But yeah, so I mean that's kind of it in a nutshell. The more trash the company is, the more conviction I have in my short position. I'm in very small here though, so I'm not too concerned. But it looks like it's going to break a new high. And see, this is like a perfect example of why bigger market cap, positive cash flow. That's not the best short opportunity. Yeah, Raven, you're right. I thought that was it, but I wasn't sure. But yeah, I'm probably going to end the live stream here. Not much going on, guys. And a good plays today. I just wasn't prepared for them as much as I should be. Beautiful opportunity with TOPW, and same thing with AMST. But anyways, thank y'all for hopping on, and if I will see y'all again Monday. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, YouTube live streams. Tuesday, Thursday, Circle Group exclusive. And appreciate it. If you like the video, I'd appreciate it as well. It goes a long way. And I will see y'all in the Circle Group. I'm sure I'll be active today. I'm off. And there will be more opportunities throughout the day. And the beautiful thing about a Friday is they usually give back their gains because a lot of people don't want to hold over the weekend. So there might be some opportunities throughout the day, or I'm sure there will. There's always opportunities throughout the day. So anyways, I'm still in TSII, and I just closed it now actually. So I'm it looks like it's going to want to hold over this. But anyways, see y'all later.